Hello everyone, Joy here. I'm back with this week's Minimalist home tour. In this week's home tour, nothing drastically has changed, but I have updated my wardrobe a little bit. So I'll point out a couple of items that I got for the summer holidays that's coming up for me. I'm going to take a beautiful beach vacation. I'm very excited about that. I'd like to point out, although I'm a minimalist and I have, pretty much limited things that I own, limited wardrobe, sometimes I'll update my wardrobe. The things that I got for this holiday so I can look cute and feel great, and I'm not even sure if I'm going to keep those items. Maybe I'll keep some of them, but then again, I'm not afraid of making small changes and not having a perfect, immaculate, like, I will never expend from this home or wardrobe or anything like that. Especially if you're someone who kind of struggle with anxiety and perfectionism, which is something that I've dealt with throughout my life. I always feel like something's missing. My home's not perfect, or at least I used to. Excuse me. Ooh, see, imperfect. But I've kind of learned that the true accomplishment and true perfection, in the sense of the word, is actually embracing that life and you and anybody else in this world cannot actually technically be perfect. So let's say you try to keep a perfect home, you have a perfect wardrobe. It could take one natural disaster to lose everything. And sometimes some things are indeed out of our control. And as soon as we accept that, we can actually notice the things that are within our control. And we have more grace for ourselves and for other people. It's a basic truth in every little aspect of life. Even when it comes to things like love, right? You cannot control somebody else to love you. You cannot be like, I only want that person and they must love me and blah, blah, blah. And, maybe you're obsessed with a celebrity or even a YouTuber or whatever. I want them and they're the only. That kind of like thinking makes you evil without even you being aware of it, because you are essentially trying to control somebody else's freedom. And their right to live their life in the way they want. I know it hurts to be rejected. I know it hurts to maybe not reach your goal. Maybe you really wanted to get into that college. Maybe you really wanted that job. Maybe that one title that you really wanted, you couldn't get it. And I've learned over the years, I've had an instance where I wanted to graduate top of my class and I fell down 2 ranks. And there was a college that I wanted to get into and I couldn't make it to the interview on time because nobody would drive me, and it's a long story. But, I've experienced enough failures, such failures in my life where, and if you're a perfectionist, the problem with perfectionism is if you don't get that one thing, if that one person doesn't love you, then you kind of feel like nothing is worth it. And that's a horrible state to be. Because again, you cannot control the world, but only thing you can control is yourself and your mindset. Going back to the live video that I talked about, even when it comes to love, yes, you can love a person, but you cannot control them. What you can control is your willingness to stay open to love. And same thing with, let's say, minimalism. Maybe you're frustrated. Maybe you're living with other people who are not as minimalist as you are and you are tired of their clutter. Sure, you can communicate with them being like, hey, I would like to have a clutter-free home. But then again, it's really the only thing that you can control is yourself. And there's freedom in this. So you could make a decision today, right now, being like, even if no one, yet is worthy of my love, even if I never find anybody who would love me back, I want to do my very best to stay open for love and love myself and be lovable and find a way to express your love in different ways that's not dependent on one person, behaving the way exactly that you want. And same thing with minimalism. You could say, well, even if I cannot make everybody respect my lifestyle, I cannot make everybody help me out in practicing minimalism, I can minimize my own belongings. I can minimize my own mental state. I can have a clutter-free, stress-free mental state because I can control myself. And as soon as you realize that it is okay to accept imperfection around you and within yourself and still realize that you do have a lot of control over yourself and what you do with your mindset, that's where the freedom is. There's this line that I read in a book somewhere that talks about how sometimes limitation is freedom. I used to love art class. I used to be kind of a bit of an artist. I used to love painting and I loved art classes in high school and things like that. and love making art ever since I was 5. And one of the beautiful things about art projects that I really liked, you could create anything in the world, and then maybe a lot of options. Same thing with minimalism. When you have too many options, you could get stressed out because you don't know what's the best option. And same thing with creating artwork. If someone says make something and you'll be like, what? Something what? Like, what's the concept? There's so many things you can make. If a teacher tells you, hey, create an artwork only using this clay, and make it represent, I don't know, nature, then you can make something with that clay, and that limitation can actually help you with your freedom because you're not overwhelmed by the vastness of options and concepts and choices. I'm thinking right now, if someone were to tell me create something called nature with a clay, I'll look at the texture of the clay. If it's a white clay, maybe I'll make white pebbles and then little plant that's growing out of it. Or maybe it would be abstract art. Whatever it might be. The point is, restriction can be creative freedom. Maybe you're restricted by having to raise children in your minimalist home, and it might not look like a minimalist home from outside looking in. Let's say from a person who lives by herself right now, from my perspective, maybe I'll be like, oh, your home's not too minimal. But maybe instead of having 10 bottles, maybe you have minimized them to 5 bottles, and only you know how much minimalism that you were able to practice within the restraints of your family structure. And you should be proud of that. No one person is exactly like another. If somebody were to make a clone of you, that person would still be very, very different. They'll breathe slightly different air if they're walking next to you, and your life experiences and the life that you have already lived, the beautiful sceneries that you have already seen, the people that you have interacted with, the smile that you gave to a stranger or someone those things are already part of you, and it makes you very, very unique. And why try and be like everybody else? And why try to make everybody be like you when you can be the most rare, unique, only individual in the entire universe? Let's all embrace our uniqueness and our imperfections and our beautiful little quirks together. With that, let's start this week's Minimalist Home Tour. Hello everyone, let's start this week's Minimalist Home Tour. There's nothing in my quote-unquote bedroom because, ta-da! My bedding is over there, and my blanket has been washed. So I've obviously moved it over there for the shock factor in the thumbnail. It is the YouTuber life, as you could say. But yeah, so my home would usually look like this, and my bed would be in there. Now, a lot of people have been asking me about my bed. This is kind of like how the inside looks like. And of course, over here, you can see this is my bedding cover. So there's like a zipper here. Now, if you ask me where I got it, I actually bought it from a Korean website called Naver, Naver. I don't know if they have like English version of the site, but basically a lot of sellers list their products, and then you just gotta search for like the lowest price to highest or whatever. You can custom it, and that's essentially where I got this bed from. So I'm not sure if they ship to US. I don't even know which seller it was, but I guess if you want to search for a similar item, you could say floor futon, Japanese style floor mattress with removable cover and stuff like that. That would be the search term that I would use if I was looking for the same thing wherever you're in the world. And obviously there's my pillow, and my pillow cover has been washed also, and it's hanging right there. So I've cleaned the floor thanks to you guys coming over. And over here is my closet. Woo! And I mentioned I got a couple things for the summer. So I actually got these 2 dresses. I'm not going to show it to you just yet because I would really love to wear it on the vacation first before I show it. But I've got a pair of bikinis right here, which I'm very, very excited about. There's a lot more clothes now, it would look like. And there's this really cute dress underneath. And this is another thing that I want to talk to y'all about because I don't own that many hangers. Sometimes I double the hanger. So inside there's this black dress, and then now I've hung the jacket on top of it as well, because why not? Now that I sort of did this morning, and I realized I could kind of do that with almost all my shirts, but I'm gonna keep the hangers for now. But yeah, if I run out of hanger, I guess I could just put the jacket on top of it as well, so that works out. And over here, of course, I mentioned this a couple times before, but this is where I put dry but clean laundry that I don't feel like folding yet. So if all those towels and stuff were dry, I'll put them in here if I don't feel like folding, so at least it will stay relatively out of sight and out of mind, and I don't have to have unfolded laundry sitting on the floor, because that's what I used to do before. I just throw the unfolded laundry here, and then it would kind of accumulate, and visually it would be a lot of clutter, and that was not cool. So there's that. And over here we'll move into the bathroom. Ta-da! Nothing much. Same old. A shampoo, conditioner. I need to get a new conditioner. There's like a big scrubber for the floors and toilet. My toilet needs some scrubbing inside clearly, and the smaller scrubbers for top surfaces when I'm clean. That's a mold killing solution right there. Here's a makeup remover. Here's a razor. And this is a wet bathroom. So over there is a shower head hanging there. This is a very typical Korean bathroom, and we always have drainage in the bathroom. Even if you had a bathtub outside of the bathtub, would have a drainage. So things are clean like that. And over here is my other home supplies. Obviously there's my hairbrush, my extra toothpaste, and then the nose strips, and then here's cotton swabs, there's body lotion and Vaseline, and my toothbrush and toothpaste. I got myself a relatively new toothbrush. I'm very happy about that. And toilet paper. Only thing missing is I usually have a face cream, but I had just run out. I used it up. I'm very happy about that. So that's that. And yeah, this is my minimalism bathroom right here. And then we got to do the fridge tour. I almost forgot. And here's a yoga mat that I got for working out at home. I actually did some abs workout last night, which I feel very happy about. I didn't do a lot because I was like, I was on the phone pretty soon after, but any little bit of workout is better than nothing, right? And it's also like a psychological thing. I have tendency to overdo everything if I get really into it, so I have to like purposely stop myself from doing anything really, whether it's coming to posting video or doing live video, or I have a tendency to kind of like dig into like one thing too much. That's how I kind of injured my right foot. So I was running quite a lot. I used to run like 42 kilometers per week, and it was just not sustainable. So I remind myself to kind of dial it down and, purposely be sometimes mediocre, which is still better than nothing. So there's a challenge, you know what I mean? Like if you're especially like a perfectionist or someone who gets anxious, feel like you're never good enough unless you're like the best at something. It's something I struggle with. So yeah, it's a tip that you can use. Just purposefully be mediocre sometimes, because then it's sustainable. You know what I mean? And over here, there's like a food trash that I need to take out clearly, and I haven't been on top of that, and that's okay. And I started a new trash bag, and of course there's some frozen shrimp and things like that I could eat. Down here, nothing much. I have cleaned out some old food from the fridge, but yeah, nothing much. I got a bunch of those 0-calorie drinks. I know they're not the healthiest for you, but they're delicious, and sometimes it's better than like having fried chicken, so that's kind of like a little indulgence that I give myself. It's just those low-calorie drinks. Right here, of course, my backpack and my cap is waiting on there. I wanted to show you, I don't know if you can see, but there's some dirt on this cap, so my cap was on the floor. So yeah, even like as at a minimalist home, which looks pretty clean and looks like there's nothing going on, obviously the dirt accumulates, so I still have to clean. Some people might argue, oh, minimalists are lazy. Well, first of all, yes, probably, or smarter, I don't know. But second of all, yeah, we still do have to keep up on the house, otherwise it's gonna get super dusty. But yeah, that's basically like my home from this perspective. And let me just go to this corner so I can show you. This is my home right now, and let's move into the kitchen. And of course, there's this temperature controller, this for hot water and floor heating. That's why I can survive with just one thin blanket all through the seasons, even during cold season. I have dress shoes at work, and I have the indoor sneakers at work as well. I don't know why it ended up there, but that's kind of what happens. I try and keep my work and personal life separate, but sometimes it's not always easy, and that's fine, whatever. Y'all also keep a mug or something at work, I think. I don't know. I used to. So there's this umbrella that I had to get because I forgot to bring my actual umbrella that I usually carry. So I bought this for like $7 from a local convenience store. I'm going to keep this umbrella at work. That's why it's here, because it was raining yesterday. I brought it home, but I'm going to take it back to work again. And over here, just some dishes. I did the dishes for y'all coming over. And then this is how my kitchen looks like right here. I don't think y'all seen the ceiling that well, but yeah. there's that. And down here, let's look down here first. You know, the usual shebang. This is my trash bag that I keep down here. Dish detergent. I forgot to take this to work again. I have to I'm gonna put it out here so I take it to work. But then this is laundry detergent. This is food trash bags. Here's a little mattress I'm gonna take for the vacation as well. And I think I'm probably going to throw away this mattress after the season, but you're being wasteful. Yeah, whatever. Then stop using toilet paper. So easy to be critical. And there's a bug spray. And then back here is some extra regular trash bag. Actually, this reminds me, I'm kind of running out of trash bag at work, so I'm gonna take one back to work, saving money. But yeah, you know, I started getting slightly smaller size trash bag, which I think is perfect for home. Because, you know, sometimes I think they attract bugs, especially if it's a trash with a little bit of food scraps on it. So yeah, you know, live and learn, right? Yeah, and every house is a little bit different in my experience as far as my lifestyle is concerned. So don't be afraid to adjust your lifestyle, your housekeeping, your routine according to how your life has changed. And that's the fun part about doing anything in life, really. The fact that life is never constant and you'll never reach perfection. So just enjoy the journey, you know, have fun with it. And yeah, over here, of course, my bags over there, the little canvas bag from Amsterdam, and then my little luxury bags. It's a little book that I usually keep in my backpack, but I know realistically I'm not going to read today, so it's staying there. Excuse me. And there's a Wi-Fi router. And one of my subscribers asked me, where are your utensils? They're actually in my backpack usually when I cook something and take it to work. Right now they're actually at work because I've eaten at work and I washed the utensils and I forgot and I left them there. And here's a new scrubber. I'm excited to change it out pretty soon, but what I'm going to do is, since that's an old one, I'm gonna get some mold killing spray because I gotta go shopping anyway for my hair conditioner and I need a new cream. I'm gonna buy more cleaning product, and then I'm gonna use that scrub, and I'm gonna give my kitchen, you know, you can see the mold there. I'm gonna give this a nice clean before switching out to a new dish scrubber. Excitement of adult life. And yeah, that's what's going to happen, and there's really nothing much in here. And that, y'all, is my home tour pretty much. And this is my lovely little living room. I'm gonna come home later tonight and put on some new blanket, and by that time this blanket should be dry. Another quick thing is I usually dry my blanket on the floor. I will wipe the floor clean, put it on there, put the heat on. But since I've already thrown this on here last night, it's pretty much dry, so I'm gonna let it dry, just sitting on the drying rack. So I hope y'all like this tour, and let's just go to the outro. So that was my minimalist home tour. I hope y'all liked it. If you liked it, please like and subscribe, and I'll catch y'all next time with more minimalist home tour. Bye. Mwah.